Well, listen, I appreciate that, Quiet Storm. I'm honored that you said that, man, because doing these shows are not easy. It's not easy doing these shows, man. And I am a licensed therapist, and this is edutainment for me, using clinical concepts from an ethnocentric perspective. And so, man, I'm honored that you said that, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you, the Quiet Storm. You and I have talked in the back. And I got nothing but love and respect for you. You, Gregory Scotland, Salty Balls, and all the other brothers, man. You brothers like y'all make it worth of my time. And so I really appreciate that. He said that I told Coach his streams to help me with my mental health and PTSD in more ways than he could ever imagine. That's why I always start my super chat out with the phrase for tonight's therapy session. No doubt, man. I appreciate it, brother. And I'll use this, guys, for those that want to criticize me, because this is edutainment, but it's also art. Fire for your mind. Kosher Clinician.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
It's him no more. Ma'am. Book a session.
Why do you think a woman who is an average looking, below average physicality, below average weight, can sit around talking about they're going to hold out? Or wait, what are you waiting for? The answer is what many are waiting for is a sucker. They're waiting for somebody to go ahead and say, you know what? Even though you got 200,000 miles on you and had a couple of wrecks, I'm going to go ahead and pay brand new prices for it.
I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over. I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
To exclusively marry black men. We are in the middle of a crisis. Black men are in crisis. And anybody who denies that black men are in crisis is ignoring the data, the science, the research, the statistics. It is not a figment of your imagination that there are not enough eligible black men to marry.
It's been an honor serving with you all. Autobots, roll out. We rolling.
Nanobots, transform.
She lie on them brothers, separate uncles and nephews and cousins and try to pin us against mothers. How you a woman but ain't got a man for protection, but you undercover? How do you think that we suffer? Thought we were sisters and brothers. Now you get birthed in the gutter. When they rap, they the same ones that cut you. Be the same ones who yelling they love you. Be the same ones who calling me nigga. After that, wanna say I'm his brother. Yeah, she lie on them brothers. 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 So all going on in your man, you don't get it. And using your women as splitters, then hitters. Put you in place and our family ruin. Target your boys, you don't see what they doing. We gotta beat them, you wanna join them, we just leave them. Your feminist feminism, more like treason. Politics, you don't even follow leaders. First is master probably cause of your Jesus.
God is white. Isn't it obvious? Well, that is obvious, but we don't know if it's obvious that God is white. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Jesus did not have blonde hair and blue eyes. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the images of Jesus that are on prison walls and churches throughout the world are not historically correct, because history teaches us that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color. There's proof in the very Bible that you ask us to read in Revelation, 1st chapter, verse 14 and 15, that Jesus had hair like wool and feet the color of brass.
Just what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm proving to you that Jesus was not, and I might quote one of our Indian brothers, he was not a pale face.
This would have been a dick, you didn't believe it. You reap the benefits from your achievements. Penitentiary, all we get is deleted. But God on our side, baby, we gon' beat it. Chill out on them, brothers. Chill out on them, brothers.
I'm big on you. I'm the biggest, baddest.
Separate uncles and nephews and cousins and try to pin us against mothers. How you a woman but ain't got a man for protection, but you undercover? How do you think that we suffer? Thought we were sisters and brothers. Now you get birthed in the gutter. When they rap, be the same ones that cut you. Be the same ones who yelling they love you. Be the same ones who calling me nigga. After that wanna say I'm his brother. She loud the brothers. 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 She loud the brothers.
Breaking all these black men with what? And they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me fucking grabbed a rock and it hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. You don't see that shit? You don't see that shit? What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face.
Roll out. Transform. 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 Roll out.
All these simps running around here, running amok, all these son husbands. It ain't just these single mothers' faults. Happy wife? No. Happy life. Y'all heard that before. That's the most simplest thing you can hear said.
Yeah. Welcome to Simp University. That's right. We got an all-star lineup. Yeah. We got Dr. Simp Jackson on the drums. Johnson. Yeah. We got Dr. Boogity Boyce Watkins on the tambourines. We got Derek, the Janky Jack Jackson, singing back up. And this is the Simp Academy, baby. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. She just want that money anyway. She just want it. He don't give a fuck, he gon' pay. So he gon' pay it, baby. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. She just want that money anyway. He don't care, he don't give a fuck, he gon' pay. That's it. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. Work the Pimp C, I walk with a limp. This is for the donation niggas who got food. Been a decade running and still no school and no class. You keep asking for more cash. Academy growing, pucker up and kiss ass. These doctor, imposter, homie, you check the roster. Black women panda, sounds like you a scammer. Yeah. We lace them up like them Chuck Tenners. We don't love these hoes, they screaming fuck Dennis. We holding court, ain't no love in it. Rather be the judge in it. Justice from you fuck niggas. Check game. Your mama gave you niggas all a simp chip. Now you simping A1 game, all on this simp shit. High degree having nigga talking this trick shit. What you gonna be teaching at that school, nigga? Pimp shit? This is for the simps at the academies. Listen to your mama pray. Fuck what your daddy say. Yeah. Nigga, you a simp. Yeah. Nigga, you a simp. Yeah. This is for the simps at the academies. Listen to your mama pray. Fuck what your daddy say. Yeah. Nigga, you a simp. Yeah. My nigga, you a simp. Yeah. Shake it for a simp. Shake it for a simp. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. She just want that money anyway. She just want it. He don't give a fuck, he gon' pay. He gon' pay it, baby. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. Shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp. She just want that money anyway. She don't care. He don't give a fuck, he gon' pay. You niggas is soft as Wonder Bread, baby. You worse than King Kong trying to save mayonnaise Mary. Sippin' is like Kool-Aid, and you niggas add extra sugar. Cause you sippin' niggas never had that booger. How can a rotten bitch raise a forgotten trick that turned into a switch hitter? You more concerned with alphabets and crayon colors. I'm not that nigga, and I'm definitely not that brother. So when the kingdom falls, and the she-heathen no longer pick up your call, and when we leave you simps swinging from these salty balls, best believe I got my attorney named Dennis Sperling on speed dial. And in the meanwhile, while simping ain't in my pimping, do not shake shit for me, baby. But you can shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp, shake it for him, shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp, shake it, shake it. She just want that money anyway. She just want that money. He don't give a fuck, he gon' pay. He gon' pay it, baby. Now shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp, shake it, shake it, shake it for a simp, shake it for a simp, shake it, shake it. She just want that money anyway. She just want the brain. He don't give a fuck, he gon' pay. Yeah.
Fire for your mind. Kosher Clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, absent fathers who miss you, mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual, this is how they get you, separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to, damn, lovers, haters acting like vultures, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen.
All right, guys, we're going to get into it on tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Won't be before you long. I will not be before you long. But, guys, this show needs to be addressed on tonight or on to this evening. This show needs to be addressed for a myriad of reasons because some of you men thought that Eboni K Williams had changed. But the question is, did Eboni K Williams change or did Eboni K Williams not change at all? And one will argue that she did not change. Many will argue that Eboni K Williams did not change. And based on the evidence you guys are going to see on today, that she didn't change. And because she didn't change, men, you need to change the law in your mind. And how do you change the law in your mind? You change the law in your mind by understanding that many are not fit for marriage. Many don't care about marriage. Many want the ring, but they don't want the marriage. And when you say honor and obey, many get a schema affliction. Now, guys, to the 13 that watch and share this stream, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing male-centered content because I believe that YouTube suppresses male-centered content. But you guys can spread the message by sharing the content and by more or less pushing the agenda. So give me 5 people that share the stream. And once you share, hit 1. But in the meantime, many model women are laughing to the bank. And men, to ensure that you're not laughed at, you need to understand that she's not fit for the ring or she's not fit for marriage. She wants the ring, but she don't want the marriage. Let's go.
left it to the bank like. Left it to the bank like. I got it in 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s.
Many will argue that Eboni K Williams and the modern woman all are laughing to the bank. And they are laughing to the bank, guys, because number one, they're not fit for marriage. They want the ring, but they don't want the marriage. Eboni K Williams proclaimed recently that young women should get married in their 20s. But was Eboni K Williams spot on in that she understands the assignment? Or was Eboni K Williams trying to get women to get married and to transmit to men taxation without representation? What say you?
I got it in 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s. I get it, I flip it and continue. I've been going dumb, I've been going mental. Going up, I'm on another level. All black clothes like a metal. Little this and this, little Ricky Rick. It's my grandmama, I'm her Nicky Nick. I just wanna love, but I've been hit or miss. I might up and leave, and take a pic. Laugh it to the bank like. Laugh it to the bank like. I got it in 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s, 10s, 20, 50, 100s.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in on to this Thursday afternoon. Bring it to you live once again from the Tar Heel State. And the modern woman is not fit for marriage. And I saw my dear friend Celebrity D. She talked about, I had a conversation with Eboni K Williams. And I thought that Celebrity D was very profound in her pronouncements. And we're going to get to it in a minute, but I thought she was very profound in her pronouncements and her questions towards Eboni K Williams. Very profound in her pronouncements and her questions towards Eboni K Williams. And we're going to talk about it, guys, on this afternoon. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to prove to you guys that Eboni K Williams and many modern women have not changed. They have not changed. And let me tell you men something on this afternoon or this evening. In the clinical world, you cannot change what you don't acknowledge. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. And there are many thinking errors with the modern woman that sometimes prevents her from seeing the error of her way. It prevents her from seeing the error of her way. And I'm going to explain something to you, dear men and women. Here's the problem. Many people don't change overnight. It's almost impossible to change overnight. They don't change overnight. Because when you've been indoctrinated for years and consistent with theology, train up a child in the way that it shall go, and when they get old, it won't depart. But just like that can be positive, it can be negative. Eboni K Williams have not been trained to be a wife. Eboni K Williams was trained to be a boss chick. And the problem with many modern women is this: you cannot be a wife while trying to be a boss chick at the same time. I'm going to say it again. You can't be a wife while trying to be a boss chick at the same time, because you can't have two heads in a family. There's only one boss, there's only one leader, and then there's only one follower. Being a leader does not mean that your wife doesn't have talents. Being a leader does not mean that your wife cannot make decisions in the relationship. But it is a clear understanding that there's only one boss, there's only one leader, and it's the husband. And her mission, her job is to follow her husband. But see, in other cultures, women are trained or they are taught, because train also means teach. But when you use the word train to some women, they think dog or subservient, and it doesn't mean that. Your professors train you to be a professional. Your job, your husband's job, is to train you or to groom you and to be a wife. The mothers teach you how to be a wife. The father teaches the mother, and then the mother and the father prepare you for your husband, and the husband gives you over. The father gives you over to your husband, and then the husband continues the grooming process, because the groom prepares, the bride prepare herself for the bridegroom. She was groomed to be the wife of a husband. When a woman is groomed or prepared to be the wife of a husband, it rules out a lot of static. But see, the problem is with the modern woman, she has not been socialized to be a wife, but she has been socialized to be a boss. And she's also been socialized to want to have equal power in the relationship. And you guys know, and I understand, that you can't have two heads in a family. Now, many will argue that Eboni K Williams took on the talking points of Kevin Samuels. Many will argue that she took on the talking points for Kevin Samuels. And unlike what Daphne Ford or Celebrity did, she was talking to Eboni K Williams about healing. And I'm 100% convinced that Eboni K Williams has a lot of unresolved trauma. And she sees men in a negative light that leads to a cognitive distortion called overgeneralization. And because she overgeneralized and she don't understand how her indoctrination has caused her to see men in a devalued state, Eboni K Williams, guys, she didn't change. And some of you didn't know that Eboni K Williams was married one time, and I'm going to show you the evidence, but she divorced her husband. And that's a problem. Because see, when you divorce a man for frivolous reasons, outside of infidelity or outside of abuse, that's the mindset of the modern woman. Now, guys, do me a favor, get the likes up, donate to the channel if you have not donated. Get the likes up and donate to the channel, because I do have people to see. So donate to the channel, get the likes up. Share this stream if you don't have any money. I need 5 folks to share the stream. I've asked you guys over and over again. I need 5 to share the stream, because what you guys don't understand is this. There might become a time where I go away from focusing only on male-centered content. I do enjoy and I do love it, but I do believe that YouTube suppresses male-centered content. So when you guys share the stream, you help me get into the algorithm, because it's a lot of work. But if you're not sharing the stream, I said, well, why am I doing these shows for? And so share the stream to 5 like-minded people, or to as many people as you can, and donate. Donate to the channel, because content creation takes a lot of work. And I'm sure some would say, well, nobody asked you to do it. And you're right, they don't. But if somebody's taking the time to do it, to empower you and to equip you, then you should be forever grateful. So once again, I'm always grateful to the people that donate to the channel and show love. And for that reason, I appreciate it. Now let's get back to the show. Time, men, waits for no man. And Eboni K Williams acknowledged this, that men get better with time. Men age like fine wine if they do 1 or 2 or several things. If they eat healthy, they age like fine wine. If they get their rest, they age like fine wine. If they work out, they age like fine wine. If they take their vitamins, they age like fine wine. If they keep their BMI down, they age like fine wine. If they don't have a toxic woman, they're aged like fine wine, because the gospel says that a quarrelsome and a contentious woman, she'll run you to the rooftop, because stress is the greatest killer of a man. And I see it all the time, guys, in practice. I see it all the time in therapeutic sessions. Men are stressed out because the woman that she's married to or he's married to is not fit for marriage. And she was never fit for marriage. She was never fit for marriage. But what she did do, she fooled you and she convinced you that she was. But see, a woman cannot be a kosher queen unless she knows how to control her emotions and she understands that she has a dark nature, just like you as a man have a dark nature. We all have a dark nature. I have a dark nature, but everybody don't act on their dark nature. But many modern women do. And because they do act on their dark nature, it's a concept called carnal hypergamy. And what carnal hypergamy does, guys, it does this. It keeps you in a state of distress, but also it keeps you in a state of suspended animation. So guys, we're going to go down the rabbit hole early on today, but in the meantime, the robot said tell the people to hit the like button and donate to the channel because these shows are time consuming, and I'm going to keep saying it, but donate to the channel and share the stream. Get the likes up. And finding, guys, a woman that's fit for marriage is essential to your evolution as a man. A woman was supposed to help you meet your mission in the earth. But see, when you are constantly going through mental gestations or mental gymnastics with your woman, she's reducing your ability to be the better version of yourself. And that's why so many men have begun to check out and travel abroad to look for women that can help them meet their mission on earth. And so you want a woman that can help you meet your mission on earth instead of a woman that's keeping you from meeting your mission. And Eboni K Williams and the typical modern woman, they're not equipped to help you meet your mission. And I'm going to prove it to you because I'm almost convinced that Eboni K Williams is not healed. She's not healed. She see men in a negative life, I'm almost convinced. And Eboni K Williams see herself as a boss chick. And Eboni K Williams think that her career supersedes the mission of that marriage. And because of that, guys, you shouldn't deal with typical modern women. Is there a remnant of women that are ready? Yes. But most women are not ready for being your wife. They're not fit for the office. Because the gospel said if a man put his hand to the plow and if he looks back, he's not fit for the kingdom of God. So if a man is not fit for the kingdom of God because he's constantly looking back, how can a woman be fit for the kingdom of a man? Because the woman's mission is supposed to come into the kingdom of man. It's your kingdom. But if you don't know how to lead a woman, because some of you men are not ready to lead a woman, because it's your kingdom. And she should have been groomed by her father to be ready to serve you on the front end. You serve her on the back end. I'm going to say it again. You serve her on the front end. She serve you on the front end. You serve her on the back end. So when your wife serves you on the front end, you serve her on the back end, then that means that you're doing what you need to do as a man. And that's why that's so important. But once again, Eboni K Williams and so many have not been trained to be a wife. And I'm going to show it to you. And shout out once again to Celebrity. And you guys going to see what I'm talking about because some of you men are looking for wives, but they're not ready for the office. They're not ready for the office of wife because being a wife is a high office. She has not been groomed by her father. Her father has not prepared her, neither have her mother. The father teaches the mother. The woman is the first teacher, but really the father is the first teacher. The father teaches the wife what he should teach the daughter, and then the daughter is prepared for the husband. The father vets the man that's going to be her husband, and then once the father vet the man, then the father gives the daughter over to the man, and then the husband continues to groom the daughter to become a wife. But there's a lot of dysfunction in the black culture. A lot of our women have not been trained to follow their husbands, but they've been trained to fight their husbands. So Eboni K Williams never changed. She's telling girls to get married at 25, but is she telling them what the assignment is? And as Bishop Charles E. Williams said, y'all ain't gonna talk to me because Bishop Williams told me to tell you and to tell Eboni K Williams that there is a difference
between clean and unclean. Put a difference between the holy and unholy. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. There's a difference between a dog and a cat. There's a difference between a sheep and a goat. There's a difference between a son of the devil and a son of God. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me.
And Eboni K Williams have not changed. She has not changed. And she's taking Kevin Samuels' talking points to convince you that she is a cerebral woman. But she's not changed. Many have not changed. Many want the ring. They want the ceremony. They want the beauty of the relationship. But they have not changed themselves or transform themselves to the point that they can be in a relationship fit for a righteous man. Now, I don't believe in men that are not ready to be leaders either. But the modern woman is not fit to be your wife. She's not fit. And so you will be a fool to put a ring on a woman's finger that's not trained or fit to be a wife. You compromise your power from day one. If you get with a woman that says, if she can't say the quote, honor and obey, then you run from that woman because she does not understand the assignment. The assignment is to follow your leadership. The assignment is to prepare herself to be led by you. And that doesn't mean that if you have your masters, your bachelors, and your damn masters and your doctorate. Nobody don't give a damn about no bachelors, masters, and doctorate. We don't care about no bachelors, master, and doctorate. We don't care about that. Because if that bachelor's, master's, and doctorate is not going to be consistent with helping you fulfill your mission on the earth, then it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time. And that's why you men need to recuse yourself from women that have not been trained for the mission. She's not fit, because you have to listen clearly to what Eboni K Williams is saying. Now, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole, but in the meantime, shout out to my man Lumpkin for the $10 super chat, Cash App, and I appreciate it, guys. And get these likes up. I'm giving you guys some fire for your mind. I'm giving y'all some kosher fire for your mind.
For your mind.
I'm giving y'all fire kosher for your mind.
Mission.
And shout out to my man Lumpkin for the 10. I appreciate it. And Lumpkin, you are the number one sponsor of this stream. Appreciate it, brother Lumpkin.
That's a bet, right?
You are the number one sponsor of the stream. Appreciate it. I need you guys to hit one in the chat if you feel that the modern woman is fit for marriage. Hit one. Hit one if you feel that the modern woman is fit for marriage. Hit two if she's not ready or fit for the office of marriage. But in the meantime, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole. But before we go down the rabbit hole, guys, this is a public service announcement. And we know that Eboni K Williams, guys, she's on some pigeon-ish.
Flies eat poop. Get over it. Okay? That's for you.
Yeah.
Shut up, Kosher.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Whoa.
Shut up, Kosher.
Ballin'.
Take it back.
Like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Like it's game time. Locked And I go beast like 23, 10 toes down, glued to the concrete. And I do me, keep to myself to find my peace. Been ballin' a little bit, woke up feeling rich. Still remember days I had to grind to get a cent. Still remember days when I spent a penny pinch. Now this bank account is lit and it's up and it's stuck just like Cardi said. Same faces around me and it's hardly friends. Saying how you do it but you hardly did. Fibbing on the ground, yeah you probably is. Ballin' like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah I'm ballin' like it's game time.
Shut up, Kosher. Shut up. Shut up, Kosher. Take it back.
I got 9, couldn't wait in line. Game time. Game time. Locked in when it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Pull up from the logo like it's Dame time. Same zone, so won't catch me on the same time. Time is money, so I cannot give away time.
Shut up, Kosher. Shut up. Shut up, Kosher. Take it back.
But they don't really know still. See the glow up and I can't believe the glow still. Me plus me, that's a whole lot of money. Wake up in the morning, I can smell the bag coming. 3 whole years and these records keep running. Don't talk to me if you can't match the numbers. Ballin' like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. Yeah, I'm ballin' like it's game time. Locked in when it's game time. I put in work, couldn't wait for mine. I got 9, couldn't wait in line. Game time, game time. Locked in when it's game time.
Shut up, Kosher. Shut up. Shut up, Kosher. Take it back.
Down the rabbit hole we go. This is the part of the show where we assess, examine, collaborate. All right, guys, we're going to get deep into it. And, Sister Daphne Ford, I call her the woman version of Batman. And Sister Daphne Ford proves that Eboni K Williams have not changed. She proves that Eboni has not changed, and I'm going to show you that she never changed. Eboni K Williams is not fit for marriage. Eboni K Williams just want the ring, but she don't want the responsibility, or she don't want the assignment, because Eboni K Williams divorced her white husband, and Eboni K Williams is not teaching women how to follow the leadership of their husbands. But she's trying to teach them how to get married. But she's not teaching them how to stay married. She's teaching them how to get married, but she is not teaching them, guys, how to stay married. And teaching a woman how to get married is one thing, but teaching a woman how to stay married is another thing. And that's the difference. So I ran across this on Sister Daphne Ford's channel. Shout out to that sister. Celebrity, guys. And once again, guys, donate to the channel. Only one person have donated thus far. If you like what I'm doing, donate to the channel and support the stream if you like what I'm doing. But Sister Daphne said, and just in case you were wondering, I hold celebrities accountable too, and she did. I never knew she was married before, and I'm going to show it to you. She was married. If you listen to the details, she was married to a white man. But she divorced him for irreconcilable differences. She didn't divorce him from anything of substance. She just grew tired of him. So once again, Eboni K is teaching women how to get married, but she's not teaching them how to stay married to a man. Some of us thought she was only engaged. She's giving advice to women wanting marriage. I had to explain to her that anyone can want it, and she's right, but can they keep it? And Sister Ford is right. You can want marriage, but can you keep marriage? And so keeping a marriage is a form of healthy socialization. And so in socialization, there's assimilation, meaning you blend in to a new culture. Accommodation means you take off things from your former culture in order to continue that blending concept or process. And then adaptation is the last stage. But the question is the modern woman ready or willing to adapt? Is she willing to adapt? Is she willing to adapt to come into the kingdom of that man? Because many see themselves as the prize. But Eboni K Williams just told you recently that men are the prize. Men and women have prize-worthy qualities. But the man is the master prize, and the woman is the prize of that man once that man deems her to be prize-worthy. Now, a man is not a prize by default just because he's a man either. But if a man has positioned himself to bring a woman to his life, that man is the prize catcher. He's the prize catcher. That man is the prize catcher. The woman was caught because that man saw value in that woman. But if that woman was trained right, that woman has been groomed by her father and her mother to be prepared for her future husband. And then the grooming process continues even on up to death. The grooming process continues even to death. But not many can keep a man. They can get a man, but they can't keep him because they don't understand the assignment. Because 70 to 90% of divorces are initiated by women. The majority of the women that initiate divorces are educated women like Eboni K Williams. And many of them are boss chicks. I see a pattern. How come you can't keep a man? Right. What caused your marriage and engagement to fail? Seems like she is the problem. Now you're 40 giving advice to gullible women. Good luck. And that thing is correct. Because see, Master Yoda said you got to unlearn what you've learned. Master Yoda said you have to unlearn what you have learned. You have to unlearn what you have learned. Until you unlearn what you have learned, then you are not fit for the office of marriage. And I'm going to prove it to you in a minute. So once again, guys, get the likes up and donate to the channel if you have not donated, because these shows are time consuming. So please donate to the channel, to the 32 that are watching, or share the stream. So we're about to get back into it. So let's read what Sister Daphne said. Daphne, Sister Celebrity, reached out to Eboni K Williams. She reached out to Eboni K Williams, and this is what she said. You're giving advice on wanting marriage. You need to give advice on how to stay married. And Sister Ford is right. Celebrity is right. This woman is giving advice on how to get married, but she's not giving advice on how to stay married. Shout out to my man, Mr. Watley, for the 5. I appreciate it, Mr. Watley, and you're a dynamite. Thank you, Mr. Watley. I appreciate it, sir.
A dynamite! You're dynamite!
You're giving advice on wanting marriage, but you need to give advice on how to stay married, and she's correct. You have a failed marriage and engagement, right? And she's correct. How can you be a proposer or proponent for women getting married in their 20s, but you're not teaching those women how to stay married? You're teaching them how to get married, but you're not teaching them how to stay married. And based on that proposition, it proves the point that many are not fit for the office of marriage. They're not fit for the marriage or marriage because consistent with the gospel. If a man having to put his hand to the plow because you shall be moving forward, and he looks back, he's not fit for the kingdom of God. With a modern woman, is not fit for the kingdom of man. She's not fit to come into a man's kingdom because she's constantly looking back. She's looking back on her ex-lovers. She's looking back on the teaching she had in college. She's looking back on the failed relationships of her mother. She's looking back on what her mother taught her about her father. And because she's looking back, gentlemen, she's not fit for the kingdom of man. And because she's not fit for the kingdom of man, she's not fit for man, fit for you. She's not fit for you. And like Bishop Charles E. Williams said, y'all ain't gonna talk to me.
I heard the preacher said to them, you've been here long enough. You've been down in Babylon long enough.
And the modern man, guys, have been in Babylon. The modern man has been in Babylon. He's been in hell looking for heaven. He's been in hell looking for heaven. And I told you guys that there are 7 steps to male optimization. And one of those 7 steps is understanding female psychology and understanding female nature. But the modern man is in hell looking for heaven, and he's in Babylon. He's looking for a woman that can present herself to be worthy of his love, to be worthy of his protection, to be worthy of his provision. Because a man's provision is more than just his money. But many men have not found that woman because he's still in hell looking for
I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to yo baby. I am the one that take 2 just to make it. 3 if you hating, 4 your replacement. 5 I'm the best to survive in the matrix. 6 in you out, rest in peace to yo baby. 7 if it ain't kosher ain't 7. Hell is your home but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher ain't 7. Hell is your home but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher ain't 7. Hell is your home but you looking for heaven. 7 if it ain't kosher ain't 7. Hell is your home but you looking for heaven. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7, 7. If it ain't kosher, ain't 7, 7, 7.
Shout out to my man, Real Bravado Network. I will be on Real Bravado's channel on tonight, guys. We're going to have a great show, Real Bravado Network and we're going to be talking about the pathologies in the black community and negative socialization. And Real Bravado Network said that too many black women don't believe it's a kingdom of man. Yes, sir, brother, you're right. They don't believe it's a kingdom of man. They believe and operate like it's a kingdom of hers. Yes, sir. She sees you as an accessory outside of herself. She sees you as an accessory outside of herself, but she was made for you. You weren't made for her. And if I could resurrect the spirit of Teddy Pendergrass, Brother Teddy said that you can't have yourself. For tomorrow, so you gotta reap what you sow. And many are reaping what they sowed, guys. They're reaping what they sowed because the world lied to them. The world lied to the modern woman. The world lied to them and told them they can be highly promiscuous. And they can. She can sleep with all the men that she wants. The world lied to them that she could have a career and wait till she damn near 40, talking about having a baby. And while women can have babies in their 40s, it's risky. And because they waited so long, many are singing the song by Harold Melvin, the Blue Notes, the whole world is laughing at me. And many guys don't want to be under your leadership or your authority as a man because once again, she sees herself as better than you. She has a negative schema, and that schema says that I'm not submitting to no man. That schema says that I'm a boss chick. That schema says that he's just like my daddy. That schema says that he oppressed me. That schema says that men ain't ish. that schemer says that he's going to cheat on me. And so she has a schemer affliction. And that schema is maladaptive and it's based on pain and fear. And Eboni Williams has a schema affliction, like so many other women, where they want the ring, but they don't want the man. And just like Smeagol knew that the ring symbolized power. The ring symbolized power for Lalo, for Smeagol. But also the ring symbolized power to the modern woman. It symbolizes power. And many understand that once she get that ring, then the mask comes off. The mask come off when it comes down to the duty. See, she's real happy, guys, singing the song of Mr. Rogers when she want the ring. But when it come down to duty, because it's a duty, that's when she started getting triggered.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for...
Shout out to my man, Biohammer TV. Biohammer said, Eboni said flippantly that she tried them all right. That means she had a lot of fun. So therefore, she's unsettled and marriage is not for her. Eboni should get a pet and a battery device. And yeah, and a lot of them, man, got them battery devices. Your girl, what's her name? I can't think of her name. What's that lady's name? Lisa Ray, she got her a couple of rabbits. Shout out to my man, Biohammer TV for the fun. And shout out once again to Real Bravado TV, as he is the #1 sponsor of this stream, and he's correct. Support black male media, guys, and share the stream because these shows are time consuming, guys. So support black male media. And once again, he's the #1 sponsor of the stream. Thank you. All right, guys, we're going to get deeper into it. So let's finish reading the comments by Celebrity, and I'm going to prove to you guys that she's not fit for the office of marriage. So Eboni K Williams said, I've had two. I divorced my first husband and gave back the second. This is advice for women that want marriage. But once again, like Daphne said, you have a failed marriage and the engagement, right? Did you learn from it? How can you help the next generation and not make the same mistake? Anyone can get married, and she's correct, but staying married is the challenge. The proof that anyone can get married, but staying marriage is the challenge. And that's what's wrong with a lot of modern women. They want the ring, but they don't want the responsibility of marriage. And so you got to ask yourself the question, guys, is it worth your time? Is it worth your time giving your best to someone that's not fit for the office of marriage? Eboni K Williams have not been trained to be a wife. She's never seen structure, and she's never seen order. She's never seen structure, and she's never seen order. And women that haven't seen structure and order, they're not fit for the office of marriage. And I'm about to prove it to you guys. Because Eboni K Williams is in the masculine. She's in her masculine. She's not in her feminine. She's in her masculine. She's not in her feminine. So let me show you this next one. Hold tight. What the Queen of Accountability said. And she said that, hold on. Let me pull this up. Hold on. She says some women aren't concerned with staying married. They just want to get married. And I'm going to prove it to you. She's correct. Some women are concerned with staying married. They just want to get married. Do not conflate the two. It's because I was married and I learned that I didn't want it. I'm not projecting. I am not projecting my desires into others. Marriage is for some and not others. And it's okay, but it's not okay, Eboni K Williams. It's not okay because marriage for men, because the system is not fair, can lead a man to trauma. Now listen to that logic. Unless a man have a comprehensive prenup, we understand that Eboni K might have her own money. But if Eboni K Williams is trying to get women, teach women to get married but not stay married, then that could be very dangerous. Because it's that woman in it for the long haul. When a man decides to marry a woman, that means he's cutting off all the women. He's cutting off a lot of people for the sake of being with that one woman. Some women aren't concerned with staying married. They just want to get married. So the question is, the Queen of Accountability said, you just lied. You said it was because I was married. I learned I didn't want it. Listen what she said. I learned that I didn't want it. Why did you get engaged the second time around? Sound like the blogs were right. He chose his children over his fiance. Could that be why you don't want it? If you're going to give advice to women, be honest. You did want marriage again. That's why you got engaged. Heal, Eboni, heal. And many are broken. They have not healed. Many have not healed. They haven't healed from the past of the fathers not being in their lives. They haven't healed from those men that used them up in college. They didn't heal from the abandonment. And they have what's called schema afflictions. Because many are hurt from that football player that she fell in love with and the average guy that she looked her nose down on. And now she's transmitting her pain to saying all men are that way. Look at some of the comments. Some women are concerned with staying married. They just want to get married, right? And that brother's correct. And that's it. Just married, that's all. They just want to get married. And like Porky Pig said, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
They want to get married, but they don't want to stay married. They want to get married, but they don't want to stay married. And you're going to run away from women like this because it's dangerous. They are not fit for the office of marriage. And according to the polls, I asked the pollsters, are model women fit for marriage? The majority, the overwhelming majority said, 89% said they're not fit, 11% say they are. So that's either a simple woman, but they're definitely not damn fit for no marriage. They don't even know what responsibility is. They're not fit for the office of marriage. And you guys will be a fool to waste your time getting married to the typical modern woman unless she's had a strong father and she understands the assignment, because many don't. And so Daphne says, see what I'm saying? But I think what I post is fake. Many think what I post is fake. This is a celebrity saying that nonsense. She's right. I'm just floored and can't quite grasp it. I would think any intelligent woman saying the woman she talks to or mentors or follows here are not concerned with staying married. Now think about that, guys. She wants these women to get married, but she's not understanding the trauma she's going to submit or transmit to a man. And so men and women, guys, they see you as an accessory, just like they see you as a pocketbook. They don't see you as an extension outside of them. They see you as an extension of them. She want to marry you so she can impress her girlfriends, her colleagues, and all of that. But she don't want to serve you in the capacity of being a wife. If a woman don't understand that you always come first and that her mission and her duty is to serve you, her behind is not ready for the mission of marriage. Don't you waste your time, your money, or your resources for a narcissistic woman that has not healed, a woman that needs to come see me at kosherclinician@gmail.com for a non-diagnostic consultation. This woman is dealing with unresolved trauma. And look at some of the comments. That's where I got stuck. Does the delusion come from the hurt? Because I could see it. But man, this is scary. I appreciate people like the op. People aren't being real in so long they don't look, forget how it looks. They even profit off of these wicked prophets, right? So they want the marriage, guys, but they don't want the ring. They want the ring, but they don't want the marriage. They want the benefits of the marriage, but they don't understand the assignment. And I'm going to prove to you guys that Eboni K Williams, she never changed. She might have an epiphany, but she never changed. She never changed. And because she haven't changed, the chickens are coming.
America's chickens are coming home to roost.
All right, guys, let me show you guys something. I'm gonna prove it to you from this conversation. And I'm gonna show you guys something with this part of this show. And I'm gonna prove to you guys that Eboni K Williams has not changed. I'm gonna show it to you. I picked this out from my research, and I'm gonna show you guys that she never changed. And I'm gonna show you why many are not ready for the office of marriage.
I mean,
let me show you
IVF
something.
route are amazing technological tools, Lauren, but they are wealthy women tools. Period. Let's be very clear. That is a rich woman option. If you are, and nobody's more important to me in our society than our educators, right? So let's say.
So I'm gonna move this up a little bit, guys. Hold tight. I'm gonna move it up a little bit, and I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna prove it to you. Hold tight.
Kids in my church or the kids in my, Jack and Jill chapters or whatever in the world, and making sure that they have this piece of knowledge or optionality that I'd never had because no one ever told me, and they're seeing it as the glass half full.
And I love that for them. But do you feel like the blogs and a lot of people that reported on it picked it up that way?
I think the LA Times did.
And I feel like what Eboni just said now is very important. All Eboni is saying is this isn't ideal. And you don't want
It's
you don't want folks to have to necessarily go through this.
For me, let me just reiterate that because that's very important because these stakes are very high, Lauren. I'm $50,000 into IVF journey by myself. Just IVF or just marry outside the race. Obviously, been there, done that too.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
Well, I heard some.
Listen what she just said, guys. Now, Eboni K Williams had her a Snow King. She said she had her a Snow King. She was married to a white man. Now imagine there had been a black man married to a white woman. But she's been there, done that. She's very flippant about it. Listen to what she said. I want you guys to listen. Very flippant. She doesn't understand the assignment. She's been raised to be a boss chick. And she doesn't understand the assignment. She thinks that having her doctorate supersedes her responsibility as a wife. Hold tight.
I think the LA Times did.
And I feel like what Eboni just said now is very important. All Eboni is saying is this isn't ideal. and you don't want
It's
folks,
not. It's not.
You don't want folks to have to necessarily go through this.
For me,
Right.
I
Again,
only
let me just reiterate that because that's very important because these stakes are very high, Lauren. I'm $50,000 into IVF journey by myself, so I don't have a husband splitting that with me, which there's reasons why that's preferable for me. But I really need people to hear that, and I'm taking shots and I'm giving them to myself, and I'm doing all this to bring life into this world.
Yeah.
And I don't take it lightly because it's a very serious thing. So I think when we were very cavalier, not just you, right, but in general with just IVF or just marry outside the race, obviously been there, done that.
She been there, done that too. So Eboni K Williams had her a snow king. But once again, imagine if a black man professed that he was married to a black woman, white woman. See, guys, black men can't have options and choices unless he gets approval from the black woman and the black community. Now, that would never happen to me because I do what I want to do. I don't answer to no one, and sure as hell don't answer to a woman. But listen to this woman. Listen to what this woman is saying.
Too.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
Well, I heard some Snow
No.
King commentary earlier.
I said the guy was cute. I said the guy was cute. Now I can't eat.
Well, hold up, guys. We got to take some calls. Yeah, we got to take some calls.
Oh my God.
We got to take some calls. 800.
We're doing this so because I feel like people don't get this.
1051.
If you listen, okay, let's go.
We got to take some calls when we come back. And I just want to say this. I just want to say this. Most people don't know what Ebony's going through right now with the in vitro and infertility.
Yeah.
No, because most people haven't been through it. And the fact that
Hole in Court podcast.
Thank you, Charlamagne. I was gonna say, but for people that listen to Hold the Court, they get that every day.
But the fact that she has to do it by herself is a lot. Like she has to put them shots in her stomach and all that by herself.
Thank you, Envy.
And most people don't know it. Like I can't even imagine if my wife had to do it by herself or a woman having to do it by herself and go to those doctor's appointments. So
it's a lot. Be in that waiting room by yourself.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I can't imagine that.
And the transfer. We'll take some calls when we come back.
We got to talk about the stuff that we agreed with too, because a lot of people agree with some things that you said.
The callers will probably get to some of it, but
we ain't got all that much time, guys.
Okay,
800-585-1051. Let's go. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Our special guest host, Lauren LaRosa, is here, and Eboni K Williams is still here. We're having a grown-up discussion this morning, and we're opening up the phone lines. We're going to let you guys out there get a chance to chop it up with Eboni K Williams, all right? 800-585-1051.
So once again, guys, she was married before. She divorced that man. He was a white man. And she also was engaged in the past as well. But in the meantime, guys, get the likes up, donate to the channel, and feed the algorithm. Thank you.
And we just want to say it's a respectful conversation. So as soon as the disrespect happens, we're banging on you.
That's
so
right.
just
No
let
bus
that know
drivers
right now.
Okay, bus driver gate has happened. We're on to something else now.
You stop it, Charlamagne.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning, Chris.
Hey, Chris. This is
I don't even think we should be talking to guys.
I don't want to hear from any men.
Yeah, I don't think we should be talking to no men about this.
This is not a conversation for men to co-op and celebrate their mediocrity.
Now listen to this arrogant, haughty woman. Listen what this silly woman said. This is not for men to call and celebrate their mediocrity. But this silly woman is post 40. We know she been ran through. She can't stay married. She's never had a masculine father to teach her how to be a wife. But she's talking about damn mediocrity because she make more money. Ma'am, you're mediocre because your money doesn't make you special. Your money has nothing to do with your feminine virtues. You're actually below mediocre. Because you conflate feminine virtues with how much money you make. And masculine men don't care about your money, ma'am. Therefore, you're going to either get a weak man that's going to follow your leadership. And in these spaces, we call it a simp.
Why are you destroying our planet?
I have no choice.
And there are a lot of simp surfers that will simp for Eboni Williams in her DMs, but I would never do it. I'm not impressed by a 40-year-old woman, post-40-year-old woman. Not impressed at all, because her spirit is unattractive. And I would never waste my time or money being a sycophant to this silly woman.
Jesus.
Back to the bigotry of low expectations for you, boys.
I teed it up right for you, Charlamagne. Thank you. No, because that co-op is happening, and don't think I don't see it in the comments.
I can't wait to use that in an argument.
Jesus.
You just co-oping your mediocrity.
You don't know what that man identified as, but all right, let's go to another caller. Hello, who's this?
Not that y'all didn't know what he identified as.
Hello?
Alicia.
Hey, Alicia, good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Eboni K Williams is here. You got a question, comment? Let's discuss.
Oh, well, I just kind of wanted to agree with her. First of all, she stated that if this is what you want in your life, this is what I suggest. So she was not pushing that on anyone. But if we're being honest, that's what our counterparts teach their girls, to go to college and find a husband. Education is almost secondary to especially white Southern women. So I don't see a problem with it.
Is that true?
Thank you, sis. It absolutely is true. So, I went to UNC Chapel Hill, a very...
So once again, Eboni is teaching women to get married, but she's not teaching them how to stay married based on her bad choices. Now, once again, Eboni went to the same school that I went to. But I would never look at a woman like Eboni Williams if I was a single man, even if I didn't make a lot of money. Because this woman equates a man's worth based on his money. But she's subpar. She's not even mediocre. She's subpar when it comes down to being a feminine woman. Subpar. Her message is right, but her attitude is wrong.
Dominantly white institution in the South, as the good sis just mentioned. And that ring before spring shit is serious for them. And it's twofold.
Once again, guys, she wants the ring, but she doesn't want the marriage. She wants the ring, but she don't want to submit to her husband. And women like her are dangerous.
They're looking to do, because our counterparts tend to view marriage primarily through a lens of economic stability. Let's be clear. And historically, we know that is the nature of marriage.
The contract.
Correct. It's a transaction of sorts. And I know, once again, the tears are going to roll when I say that out loud for some.
I don't know why.
Because they are not willing to really stand in the reality of the tenets of marriage in America today.
Love don't pay mortgage.
Right. So that's the reality. And our counterparts do it all the time. The difference is they are not shamed when they do it. I think that when you see black girls and black young women going and making the space for marriage as much of a priority as education, it flies in the face of a generation that told me and mine, go to school, stay focused, don't get pregnant. Boys are a distraction, right? They're going to throw you off your game. Get your education, get your money, get your house, get your power, figure out who you are, stand in it, and then go partner, get married, and live happily ever after. The challenge with that, because that's the model I took, I'm proud to have taken it. I had a little default start in marriage that was not for me, so I divorced him. Not a problem. Great guy.
Listen what she said, guys. She divorced this man off cusp. She divorced this man off rip. But she didn't say, I divorced him, great guy. So basically, guys, she's not fit for the office of marriage. Her message was right, but her attitude is still wrong. Her message was right, but her attitude is still wrong. She is not fit for the office of a marriage. She's not fit for a righteous masculine man. And many women are like Eboni K Williams. They want the marriage and the ring, or they want the ring, but they don't want the marriage or the duty that comes with being a wife. And you will be a fool to give your best to the typical modern woman that has not been trained. Most modern women have not been trained or taught how to be a wife. But they have been trained and taught to be a boss bee, to make money, and to more or less be in control.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is most black women do want the traditional marital nuclear family model. And when you get to a certain level of income as black women,
yes, they want the model. They want taxation without representation. They do want the model, but they don't want what comes with the model. What comes with the model is you being able to follow your husband's leadership. What comes with the model is that when you get married, that man try to groom you. You say, "I will honor and obey you." But many don't even say that now in the wedding vows. So they want the model, but they don't want the responsibility that comes along with that model. They want the ring, but they don't want the marriage. Therefore, they're not fit for the office of marriage. And that's why you men should not marry the typical modern woman, because they have not been trained. The boomer women were probably the last generation, and some Gen X women that were trained to be wives. This generation of women have not been trained to be wives. And it's not all of their fault. Some of it is their mother's faults. But when you know better, you do better.
Certain level of power, a certain level of being able to travel the world on your own dime and be in the Sky Lounge without some dusty son swipe.
That shrinking happens.
The shrinking happens. And also, let me tell you what else. You move different, sis. You move. You think your swag is on 1,000 today and it's very high and I love seeing it. Wait till you're over that $1 million a year mark of income. Wait till you own your $1.7 million property in your own name, and only your name is on the deed.
Based on a true story, Eboni K Williams.
That's it.
And your own name is on the deed. Part of a marriage, see, just because a woman makes more money than her man, that does not mean that she, by default, is over her man. Eboni K Williams prices herself outside the market because she's trying to get the top tier men. But the top tier men don't want an old woman, an older woman that got low fertility. And, she's been on the market for a while. We're sure she's had a lot of fun or been ran through. So most men don't, if I was a man with money and status and had money, I would marry Eboni K Williams because she's not fit for the office of a wife. She's not fit for my kingdom. She might be fit for another man's kingdom, but she's not fit for my kingdom. I'm not impressed by how much money you make, ma'am. That it means nothing to me. So therefore, you're not fit for my kingdom. You can find a sucker to marry, but you would never be my wife. You don't even qualify because number one, I'm sure she's been ran through. Number two, she has not been trained to be a wife. And then number three, she doesn't understand the assignment. So to a fool that would marry Eboni K Williams, more power to you. But I would never marry her because the men that she wants, they're not going to marry her. She's going to either get a weak guy that's rich, but a masculine man with money would never marry a woman like Eboni K Williams. Guys, get the likes up, donate to the channel. I've had 2 to share so far. Bravado TV, I'm going to be on his channel tonight. We're going to chop it up for a few. And my man, Mr. Whitley, I believe, and Byron Hammer. So guys, get the likes up and donate to the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm just saying, nobody's gonna be able to tell you shit unless they're coming all the way correct.
Period.
And that's gonna make that pool rather even smaller. Go ahead.
And so listen to what this silly woman is saying. Unless he comes all the way correct, based on whose standard, ma'am? Is a man preparing himself to come into your kingdom? Or your queendom, or are you preparing yourself to be part of his kingdom? Guys, there was a story of a woman that was a Nigerian woman. And this woman was a rich woman. She was highly rich. She was very wealthy. She was a billionaire. If I can find the story, I'll show it to you guys. Let me show it to you. Now, billionaire Nigerian woman says she submits to her husband. Hold tight. Let me show you guys something. That's why, guys, you could never marry these silly women in the West. I'm going to prove my point. I'm going to show you guys that what I'm saying is kosher because I don't talk to hear myself this talk. I'm going to prove it to you guys what I'm saying because this woman gets it. This woman is a billionaire, but she understands the assignment. Let me show you guys something and why you should never marry women in the West. Because Eboni K Williams equates her worth based on how much money that she makes. But Eboni K Williams does not understand the assignment. So let me show you guys something. Hold tight. And that's why you should marry a traditional woman from a traditional country. This woman, billionaire Florunso Alajika. This is what this Nigerian billionaire woman said. She understands that her money does not supersede her respect and submission to her husband. Nigerian billionaire Faloro Alakija has spoken on the need for wives to respect their husband in the home. The popular businesswoman also said that the husband must not abuse their position, and as they are to also show honor. She's correct. I've said that several times. When you talk about submission, many confuse being submitted to abuse. Oh, and the man's going to abuse power. But see, here's the problem with that. Happy wife, happy life is a woman abusing her husband. Happy wife, happy life is the woman controlling her man. People who reacted to her video sermon on Facebook had mixed reactions, while some balled up challenging instances. And so I'm going to see if I can go and find that also on Facebook. I'm going to prove my point. Popular businesswoman Faloro Alajika has in a sermon preached about the need for wives to submit to their husbands. Quoting from the book of Ephesians, the richer woman in Nigeria buttressed her point as she stressed the need for men not to abuse submission. And she's correct. I've said that several times. Just because a man is the leader does not mean he abused their power. But this is what you call a righteous woman. This woman understands the assignment. This woman, guys, was raised from the old school. And that's why you guys shouldn't marry the typical modern woman, because they're not fit for the office of marriage. Reading the book of Ephesians chapter 5, she said that many men do not like working with this part that instructs the partners to submit to one another. But the Bible's talking about submit you to one another, not necessarily. So men and women, okay, so submit to one another in the context he was talking about as it relates to stewardship as believers. But while men don't necessarily submit to their wives when it comes down to power, they do submit to their wives when it comes down to loving her and protecting her. The word submit just means to agree. It just means I agree. And so the man agrees to love her, protect her, and die for her. She agrees to honor him, respect him, and obey him. But many people say, submit ye to one another. They take that out. They don't really understand what that means. But let me let you guys see what she's talking about. Hold tight.
Our theme scripture, we have two, are Ephesians 5:21-22.
Now remember, guys, this woman is the richest woman in Nigeria. Can you imagine a woman like Eboni K Williams submitting to a man being the billionaire? See, Eboni thinks that part of her, Eboni thinks that a man got to come correct to be under her. So she thinks the man got to tap dance and kiss her behind, not understanding that masculine men don't want women that are post 40, been ran through, and don't know how to follow leadership. She thinks she's the prize, but she's not, because she's delusional. And the West have taught women like Eboni K Williams that they are the prize by default. So let's keep listening to what this woman is saying.
And I'll ask Doctor to read it, please.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21. Submitting to one another in the fear of God. Verse 22. Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord.
There's a submission of wives to husbands. But we find that husbands have abused it. And it's not supposed to be abused. Can you just read that again quickly, please?
Chapter
Ephesians 5:22.
Well, listen, I don't know if that's the case for men in America, because men in America don't stand in power. I would say American men, especially white men and many black men, are very egalitarian. I don't know of men that abuse their power. I'm sure it happens, and men shouldn't abuse power. But this woman's correct. Remember, she's a billionaire, so keep listening.
Verse 22. Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord.
Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. Just as the Lord submitted to God, wives are supposed to submit to their husbands. But very quickly, we find that husbands don't want to concern themselves with verse 21, where it says, submit to one another. But they choose to camp with wives.
And so, listen, the submission of the man is different than the submission of the woman. Men and women are to submit. Submit means to agree. Submit ye to one another. The woman submits to the power and the authority of her husband, and she submits to his leadership. But the man submits to loving his woman, dying for his woman, and valuing her feelings, but not to the point where it supersedes his principles as a man. Have there been men that have abused power? I'm sure they have. But just like there have been women that have abused their office as a wife by using their emotions to control their men. So submission is a duality. Men and women both submit to one another, but men submit different. The submission of a man is not to her being in a power position. The submission of a man is to love her, protect her, and die for her, lead her, and to guide her. That's his submission to her. But her submission is to follow him, respect him, honor him, obey him. Because you notice the gospel never told the man to obey his wife. Because man is not supposed to obey his wife, but he was commissioned to love his wife. So the submission of the man to the woman is to love her, to protect her, and to die for her. But the woman's submission to the man is to follow his leadership, to come into his kingdom, to obey him, and to honor his headship. That's the submission of man and woman when it's practiced and followed correctly.
Submit to your husbands. But they didn't go further down to go and read verses 25 and 26, which tells husbands more about what they're supposed to do. But you see, if they were submitting to one another in the first place and realizing that that is what will bring healthy living and unity of purpose.
Now remember, guys, this woman is a billionaire. She's not like delusional women in the West have been ran through and got kids by other men. This woman understands her assignment. She's a billionaire because she understands the assignment. This is what this woman is saying. That's why American men are getting traditional women from other countries, because you will be a fool to marry the typical woman in the West. Keep listening.
They would realize the reasons why wives were told to submit to husbands. Basically because it's very difficult for women to submit to husbands. And why husbands were told to love their wives. Basically because it's very difficult for husbands to love one woman and remain with one woman. Praise the Lord. So that was why those two sections were emphasized the way they were. You'll find that verse 21 was shorter, but many have chosen to ignore it. There have been many arguments for and against, many controversies about this word submission. Many have twisted it to suit what they desire. Praise the Lord. Many husbands have used it as a control measure. That's not what it's meant for. In fact, it's for unity, not for control. Because if both of you had submitted...
But this is where I agree and I disagree with her. Men are supposed to have healthy control over their wife. There's a difference between healthy control and unhealthy control. So she's right but wrong at the same time. In the book of Genesis, it says that he would rule over her because of the fall. It's a fight for power. So men should have healthy control in a marriage, but they should never abuse their power. Abuse of power is unjust. But men should have healthy control. But see, anytime women hear the word control, they think all control is bad. But control can be mutually inclusive at the same time. You can have healthy control. You can have unhealthy control. Healthy control means I'm leading you, I'm guiding you, I'm protecting you, you're following my leadership, you're following my mission, and you're following the things that I value as a man. That's healthy control. Healthy control does not take away a woman's autonomy. Healthy control does not keep a woman from her family or her friends. But unhealthy control does try to manipulate a woman. Unhealthy control does seek to usurp fairness and justice. But there's healthy control and unhealthy control. But people get caught up in the word control, and they think all control is bad. A man have a right to control certain aspects of his woman's behavior for her own good, but also for his dignity as a man. But a man should never abuse his power. That's the difference.
Said to one another in the first place, everything would be working smoothly. Because no one would be able to lay claim to having to control the other. Submission is supposed to be reciprocated. And love, too, is supposed to be reciprocated. Because marriage was built on a bed of love anyway. Otherwise, how come you got married? It's supposed to be vice versa. Both of you loving each other and both of you submitting to one another.
But here's the problem. A woman cannot love a man outside of herself because it's not her nature to love men like men love her. Listen, a woman's love for her man is her ability to honor, respect him, and obey him. If a woman can love a man outside of her solipsistic nature, then that's love to that man. If she can love a man outside of her feelings, then that woman is fit for the office of marriage. But most women aren't able to love a man outside of their feelings because their feelings is their idolatry. So the gospel never told the woman to love the man. It say obey him because he understood that a woman's feelings was her kryptonite. So basically, if a woman can love a man outside of herself, that's love because it's sacrifice. When a man loves his woman outside of himself, that's sacrifice. The love to the woman is eros love. The love to the man is respect. It's not mutually the same. And that's what people don't understand. She was never commanded to love her husband, but he was commanded to love her. But love without discipline means nothing. A woman cannot love a man unless she can control her feelings for the mission of that marriage. That's love to that man, controlling her feelings.
And that's what brings a peaceful home. A happy home. A home where there's joy and laughter and celebration all the time. Praise God.
So remember, this woman is a billionaire. This woman she's a billionaire. And this woman understands her assignment as a wife, unlike Eboni K Williams.
Take some more calls, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello, who's this? Hello, good
Hello.
morning. Who's this? Hey, what's your name?
Sophia.
Hey, Sophia. What's your question for Eboni K Williams?
Not question. Well, I guess a question. I have a few things. Like, how were you raised? I seen that you were 40. I'm 48. I'm a black woman raised with black women. We were not raised to go look for a man. We were not raised to.
And once again, a woman should never be looking for a man. She should never look for a man. Her femininity should draw a man to her. A woman should put herself in a position to get a man, but she should never look for him. Her femininity is the magnet that would draw a man to her. But many don't understand that, sadly.
It doesn't matter. Like, we wasn't raised to just go look for a ring. Oh my God, I just have to have a man. We were raised to respect ourselves, to love God. And if God saw fit for us to be married, our husband was fine to us. Like, it's like you putting your failures or how that you seem like you failed because you didn't get a ring in college, that you putting it off on other women, especially black women. When that's not how black women, I don't know any other race, but that's not how I was raised.
Okay, let Eboni respond.
So,
yeah, good morning, good sis. So listen, I was raised by a God-fearing, incredible black woman named Gloria, who raised me to go to school, go to more school, get the bag, and stand in my truth and power. So that's the first answer to your question. As for failure.
So basically, she didn't raise her how to be a wife, because getting the bag and standing in your truth and power ain't got nothing to do with you submitting to a man's leadership. So her mother didn't train her how to be a wife. That has nothing to do with marrying a masculine man. And that's why women like Eboni K Williams are not fit for the office of marriage. I'm going to prove my point, guys. Hold tight. Let me show you guys something. Listen to this, and it's going to prove my point.
So I just saw Eboni Williams' video with Iyanla, and that hurt. Like, that hurt. Like, check it out. Check out this short clip.
I've yet to have a male energy that provided or protected me consistently ever. So I think that I have taken on the reins to protect and provide for myself.
Wow. So that says so much. Like, let me ask you this, because I had my dad, and then after my dad, I had a husband that provided and protected. And I've even dated people that we were serious enough that I felt provided for and protected by them. So, wow. Like, does that resonate with you also?
So Eboni Williams has a lot of unresolved trauma. Her mom didn't teach her to follow a man or masculine leadership. And therefore, she's not fit for the office of marriage. She's not fit for the office of marriage.
I don't have any in the space, dear. I actually was.
She's not fit for the office of marriage. And you will be a fool to marry the typical American woman, because many are just like Eboni K Williams. Many are just like her.
Married, I had a beautiful cushion cut diamond on my finger until I decided to give it back because I no longer wanted to be married. So I don't have failure in the space. The only reason I'm not married is because I divorced my husband. Now,
this is what she said. I divorced my husband. She decided to give the ring back because of no fault divorce. So men, you will be a fool. You will be a fool to marry the typical modern woman. You will be a fool to marry the typical modern woman in America because she doesn't understand the assignment. She doesn't understand the assignment. And many will divorce you on a whim when they get sick of you.
To putting this on black women, I'm doing no such thing. What I know for fact, because I have sorority sisters, I have good friends, I have a strong global sisterhood of black women who tell me, some of them tell me that despite their success, despite their careers, and despite their money, they in their heart of hearts still desire marriage. It is something that they want. And I think we got to get rid of shaming black women for wanting what they want. It's not, I'll give you.
But you try to shame black men for what they want. But you shame black men for what they want when they say they want a virtuous woman. They want a woman that understands the assignment. They want a woman that haven't been ran through. They want a woman that don't have kids by other men. They want a woman that respects his leadership. But you're ashamed of black man for what he wants. Make it make sense.
This as a handbag example. Some people like Birkin bags. If Lauren comes and tells me, Eboni, I want to get a Birkin bag, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to try to convince her to get another kind of bag. I'm not going to say, girl, have you seen the Chanels? Well, what about the Louis Vuittons? I'm not going to talk to you about how Hermes bags are priced out of range and they should be more accessible to people. No, I'm going to talk to you about how to get the money situation together so we can walk in Hermes right there on Madison and make your dream a reality. And that's all I'm doing. For the black women that is already a desire of their heart to be married in a timely fashion, that's who this advice is for. If you don't want that, I want nothing but what you want for yourself.
Is the caller still on the line? No,
let's go to.
If
Let's
you
go to one more
don't
call.
want that, go get the Michael Kors.
I will say though, I think
go get the Michael Kors.
I think a lot of people take the stance that she took because you literally like a lot of people don't know certain things, right? They don't listen.
Yeah.
But I also think that
say that part one more time. They don't know certain things and they don't listen.
But wait,
Go ahead.
another important point is I think a lot of people take you just as a personality and all that you have going on as like you look and speak down on people. And I think with Black women, it's instantly triggering because we've had that happen so much, right? And that's why that happens where she's like, well, how were you raised? Like even the way that she came into that call was like, you think that you're better or you think that you're doing something that other people have not done, right? And I think that happens a lot with you.
Yeah, it's a projection. Yeah, so I'm 40, right? So none of that's new, Lauren, just so you know. Like,
I know,
when you walk through the world carrying yourself the way I do, having my aesthetic, projections and presumptions about who I am and what my values are come with the territory. But that's also why I do the work I do. I got 100 episodes of Holding Court people can watch.
All right, so
every day here locally in New York, Channel 55.
I think you guys get the gist with Eboni K Williams in this particular area. You guys get the gist. I think you guys get the gist. But Kendra G proves my point as well. And she had an episode on her channel that I'm going to react to. And where there was a woman or a young lady this man wanted to get married. But the problem is this woman wasn't fit for the office of marriage. And I'm going to prove it to you. But in the meantime, guys, get the likes up and donate to the channel. Hold tight. I'm prove it to me. Hit this. All right, let's look at this. Kendra G is proving my point as well.
Hey, Kendra, how are you?
I think you've been on my show before.
I have been on your show before.
But years ago, right? When I first started?
No, like in January this year.
So, guys, this man is a young man that want to get married. But see, modern women have not been trained or conditioned to be married to a righteous man. And once again, guys, they only want the ring. Because when you see words like obey and honor, they get triggered because they have a schema affliction.
Oh, okay, January of this year. Okay,
Yeah,
what's your name again?
I knew you were gonna
Fair
pick me
use.
too. I knew it. I felt it. Like I knew you were gonna pick me.
Okay, what's your name again?
New. I'm down in New Orleans.
Your name is New.
Yeah, I saw you for Essence Festival too. As a matter of fact, when you were down here for Essence.
We spoke?
No, I didn't speak to you. I just saw you. I live in the French Quarter, so I saw you in the quarters.
What was I doing?
Shit, I don't know, dancing or something. I don't know, dancing with the Mardi Gras Indians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You saw me in person or you saw the video I posted?
No, I saw you in person. Cause you like the French Quarter is the tourist area, so this is where, for Essence, everything happens in the French Quarter. So I was walking over to the gym. I said, "Look at Kendra." I said, "Check out." You know, I mean, you was having fun, so I'm like a chill person, you know. So you was having fun.
Okay, your house looks immaculate. Are you home?
Yeah, I'm at my house. It's an all-white penthouse.
Okay,
So,
it looks very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool up in here.
And you have on a suit. Okay, let me get to know you more. So
Okay,
your name is New, and you're calling me from New Orleans.
Yeah, and I called you.
So once again, guys, there are men that want to get married. There are men that want to get married to traditional wife-rated women. But many are not ready for the assignment.
This is my second time, and the last time I'm able to call you. So.
Okay, how old are you, New?
37. I made 37 in June. Cancer.
You're a Cancer. Do you have any children?
Nope, no children. No.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm in a credit and real estate space. So I face credit, teach people how to get into real estate, and I got a couple properties myself.
Okay. So what happened? What's the update when you were here from the first time?
So it went good in a sense of I got hundreds of women that hit me up. Maybe about probably like 450, 500 women, give or take. And man, you got a lot of positive people, man. It may not be reflected in the comment section, but I got a lot of people just to send positive wishes and like uplifting stuff, right? So everything went good. I didn't get a chance to actually meet anybody.
Why not?
So one of the issues was, let me tell you. So a lot of people hit me up, right? But their page is private, so I don't know how they look. They'll send me a message, and then I have to request them. By the time they accept my request, I forgot who it is, right? That was one issue. So like, if anybody hit me up, if your page is private, like send a picture too. That way, I can kind of line everything up. Another thing, like, let me tell you. So like, you got a lot of baddies that follow your show, right? The baddies that hit me up, bro, they want you to hit them like ASAP, like almost like an exchange back to back to back. And it's difficult because I run radio ads and everything because of the type of work I do. And at the time I had ran a radio ad, so I get people reaching out from your show. I got clients reaching out, and I got to distinguish the messages. So I work a lot, so it was just kind of difficult to do. I said this time, like when I go on the show, I'm gonna kind of delegate a little bit better. That way I can get to it. But the thing that'll help, like anybody who reach out to me, who page private, send a picture, because that way I can kind of line things up. Otherwise, it makes it kind of difficult,
Okay, I had a guy before that complain about the private.
Yeah, it's a big issue because I forget. Like if you say what's up, I request you. By the time you open.
So look at some of the challenges this man is having in marriage and relationships, or in relationships in general. Look at some of the challenges that he is having, and think about some of the challenges that he's having.
To like accept the request, dude. I kind of forgot who you are, and I don't know.
I heard your explanation, boo. I was trying to confirm.
Yeah.
Let me finish. I was saying that there was a guy before that had the same complaint. I gave him pushback, but the way you explain it made sense. Like after you push the request, you don't remember. So that's fair. Mm-hmm. Do me a favor, because I got shouts to my cousins. Let me tell you, I got all types of cousins. Right. And I do got some hating ass cousins. And some hating ass cousins feel like you have a green screen background. I don't believe it's a green screen background.
They say I got a green screen background?
Yeah, why you keep cutting me off and let me talk, boo?
My bad. Go ahead.
So I believe that it's a real background. So just go sit down for a second so they can know that this background is real. They look, it's not a green screen. For all those who is that you on the wall?
It better be. It better not be another guy on my wall. Yeah, that's me. That's me on my wall. Yeah, but it's not a green screen background. It's just really nice and really clean.
I thought it was nice. I thought it was really clean. But I got some. I'm gonna let you. I got cousins that I got all types of cousins. We family over.
So remember, this man got his stuff together, guys. But he got to deal with the typical modern woman. This man got his stuff together, but he got to deal with the typical modern woman.
So I'm happy you do that. So now let the conversation end. He live in a fabulous ass home.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Simple as that. All right, so let's get into it. New 37, Cancer, New Orleans. Says credit and real estate, no kids. What's your zodiac sign? You saw me Cancer, right?
Cancer. Yep.
All right, so now let's get into it. What kind of woman are you looking for?
So the main thing I would say is a woman who comes in good faith, right? Because once a woman comes in good faith, a lot of stuff after that falls in place. A woman who's feminine, traditional minded, when you line those few characteristics of everything else.
How many of you men find it difficult to find this quality in a woman? How many of you men find it difficult to find this quality in a woman? If you have a hard time finding this quality in a woman, hit 1. How many of you men find it difficult to find this quality in a woman? If you have a hard time, hit 1.
Kind of just fall in place. I like the look of professional women, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a professional woman, but the look like a nice, clean, upscale woman, right? That's my type. Nice, clean, like the women you see, the women you see in Lululemon, like that type, right? Nice.
I don't know what Lululemon is.
You don't know what Lululemon is? It's like workout clothes. It's like almost like premium.
Oh, I'm not. Let me tell you, I'm bougie in some ways, but I am not bougie when it comes to workout clothes.
Yeah.
Like I don't buy name brand workout clothes, but I know people do.
Yeah. So just like I said, nice, clean, upscale look. Like I said last time when I came on your show, look like you would be with me. Like I think I look clean. I think so at least. So I would just want a woman who just look like we kind of match, right? So just a nice, clean, upscale look. Somebody who comes in good faith, you know.
So obviously you want her to work out since she has to wear name brand workout clothes.
Well, I mean that would be good. I mean I want to be here. I'm a middle-aged man, and I mean we live as long as our women allow us to live, right? So what that means is women control how long a man lives by which.
And that young man is right. The food and also the stress. But then woman asked this young man the question, why would he marry the typical modern woman if she's not fit for marriage and she's not fit for a wife? Because the typical woman is not fit for the office of a wife.
She feeds him. So if you feed me the right food, we both work out together, shit, we can be here for a while. I'm 37, like I said, I'm a middle-aged man, and I hope to live up to 100. You feed me right, you know, feed me right, and we work out together. So yeah, that would be good if she works out.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers, I think nasty attitude. I cannot deal with a woman with a bad attitude. Like the last girl who was just on your show, see how she was like bubbly and stuff like that? She was happy, excited. That's the type of.
Ask yourself the question, does Eboni K Williams have a nasty attitude? And I'm sure most of you would say yes.
Stuff I like. They got like, and I don't know if women realize it, but they got a lot of women, Kendra, that's just mean and just rude, dude. Like in your daily interactions, it's crazy. Like me and one of my boys was talking about it. I don't understand. Like women be pouting and just frowning. Like so, any woman with like a nasty attitude, a bad attitude, no, I can't do it. That it just kills me. It kills me. I can't deal with that.
Well, let me say, first of all, I agree. I think it really goes across the board. Nobody, if you thought about a woman, you don't want to be around a person with a nasty attitude. And that is, that's why the last girl that was just here, Jasmine was her name. I said she definitely has a lot of characteristics that men say they desire, which her personality being so open, so happy, just naturally happy.
Right.
Let me just not make excuses, but some women that have the nasty attitudes, you know, they've been through a lot. They are bitter, and they have to find a way to release that bitterness so it doesn't block another person dating them. But that's where a lot of times it comes from. But no, I understand.
But see, this is, and let me say this, and not that this has anything to do with dating, but like women should keep this in mind, right? Like as a woman, and especially how dangerous it is today, the same guy the same stranger that you're rude to, you may need him to protect you. You may need him to change a flat tire, right? You may not speak to me on one block, and I see you in another block, and you got a flat tire. Like at that point, you're gonna need a stranger. Hey, look, could you help me with my flat tire? Or you never know. You like that stranger that you're being rude to. You may need them. Like as a woman, you may need a guy to help you out. And if you're rude, it just don't work. Like I just wish that women would smile more. Like as crazy as that sounds, I just wish women would smile more. You know?
Okay, fair enough. I think there's a lot of men that will co-sign those sentiments. So I'm not sure where we were with that question, but does she have to look a certain way? Did I ask you that?
Yeah, like I said, the main thing is upscale. You know, I like clean women who look clean, right? The professional look. So you don't have to be a lawyer, but I like the way lawyers look. A lot of women who are lawyers, they look nice and just clean. upscale. You could work at Starbucks, okay? As long as you look clean, that's good. I can take it from there. You look clean, your mind right, you come in good faith, I can take it from there. This is what I do for a living, so it carries over to my personal life. That's what, as I told you last time.
What about money? Now, it's apparently we can tell you do well financially. Does the woman have to do as well? Does that matter to you?
Of course not. Of course not. Listen, the only time a man care about your money is if he wants to spend it. I don't want to spend your money, okay? If anything, I'll help you make more money. I don't want to spend your money, so money doesn't matter. You could drive a hoopty and live at home with your dad. I'm fine with that, okay?
Now, let me ask you that. I know you said that in that scenario. I don't know. I never asked this question, but it's relevant to what I'm about to ask next. Do you want to share what type of car you drive?
Well, I have a few vehicles. I drive trucks now, so I got a big truck. I drive a big truck.
Okay, so you don't drive a fancy car.
I had an Aston Martin. I sold my Aston Martin. I had a convertible Aston Martin.
So let's keep the Aston Martin in mind. Would you really drive an Aston Martin to a woman's house that's living with her father?
No, I'm gonna drive my truck to her dad's house.
Okay, so because you have multiple vehicles,
I don't want to make the wrong impression, so I'm gonna just drive my truck.
Okay. The reason I was saying that is because I had a friend who I have a lot of guy friends that do very well. And one guy friend was telling me that when I lived in Chicago, he's been on the show a couple times, Hurricane, he wouldn't date a woman that lives, this is the truth, he wouldn't date a woman that lives on the south side of Chicago. I didn't understand his reasoning. I'm like, why won't you date a woman that lives on the south side of Chicago? And he said, because it's dangerous and I can't drive any of my cars to her neighborhood. And I never thought about it from his perspective. So I was saying that to kind of challenge your theory about you really don't care where this woman lives or who she lives with.
Well, let me say
or
this.
Maybe you really don't care.
Let me say this. I don't go by women's houses. It's rare because if I come by your house, I can't control the environment. Here's the thing. If let's say you come by my house, I control everything in here. Once you come with me, you're my responsibility. We're together. So if anybody approach you, I'm gonna defend you, okay? But if I go by your house, if somebody approach me, you can't defend me. And we're just talking hypothetical. I don't go by women's house because there's a low-level threat of violence when men interact, right? So if I'm talking to another guy, one word changes the entire sentence. Men, we're violent, right? Because that's who we are by nature. Versus women, I can control that situation. I can't control if somebody approaches me when I'm at your house. So I very rarely go to women's house, very rarely. You come by me or we meet somewhere safe because, again, if I come by you, I can't control the environment. I don't know what's going on.
Right, and listen to what that man said about controlling his environment. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, men, to all the young men, you should be able to control your environment. That's healthy control. But the Nigerian billionaire said a minute ago, men should control, and I respect the woman, but she's wrong in that area. There's healthy control, there's unhealthy control. But people see control as being mutually inclusive or mutually exclusive. Bad control and good control can overlap, so they're mutually inclusive. There's good control, there's bad control. And a man needs to be able to control his environment if he's with his woman.
Okay, fair enough. This was an off-tangent question that I just inserted, but I like the explanation.
Shout out to a man, Top Gun. He said, quick question, who hurt you? He's like all women. Shout out to a man, Top Gun, for the 5. Good seeing you, brother.
Hello,
I got to chop it up with you at some point, brother, on the back end.
Right?
Shout out to Top Gun. Thank you, brother.
A dynamite! Pure dynamite!
So you honestly really don't care. So back to that. Now, no. What are you looking for? Do you want to get married? You want a girlfriend? What's your goal in a relationship?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I would like to be with somebody, right? And we make memories together. Now,
Now, this man is an empath, and he got to be real careful because men like him are easily exploited by narcissistic women. This man is an empath, but he got to be real careful. Because there are women that would try to abuse or exploit a brother like this.
The reason why the answer isn't so specific, because let's say, for example, my age range is 10 years my junior, 5 years my senior. So let's say I'm 37, so let's say 27. The plan that I would have for a 27-year-old woman isn't the same plan that I would have for a 42-year-old woman. If you're 42, you're probably not going to want to have kids. If that's the case, let's be life partners, let's travel the world together, right?
So you don't have to be a father.
I would rather be. But let's say hypothetically, I hit it off with somebody who's in their 40s. Let's just say hypothetically. 42 years old, 9 out of 10, you know, you may, that shit may have sailed. If that's the case, let's just be life partners. I got some super, super adorable nieces. We can spoil them together.
And see, this man is a good man, but he's been indoctrinated like so many other men because you're not a partner with your wife. Your wife is your complement, but she's not your partner because you can't be a partner and a husband at the same time. A partner means we mutually share responsibilities. But a wife and husband is different. A wife can be a partner because partner means they're equal in power. Men and women are equal in essence, but they're not equal in power in the relationship. The man having power does not mean that he abuses power. It doesn't mean that his wife doesn't have an autonomy. But partnership means we take turns doing things, and there really is no centrality of leadership or centrality of order.
Maybe you got to say, you know, we be the cool uncle and aunt. But a 27-year-old woman, I got a different plan for her. You're 27 years old, you can still have kids, let's do the family thing, right? So it really just depends on who you connect with. Every woman doesn't necessarily have the same plan. Life partner is the end goal, but everybody won't have the exact same situation, if that makes sense.
Okay, could the woman have kids already?
So just as I said last time, kids aren't necessarily a deal breaker, but it's on a case-by-case scenario. Like, I live a calm, peaceful life. This is my real house. It's not a green screen, right? My house is all white, okay? I don't want no trouble. I don't want no drama. It took a long time for me to get here. I went through a lot to get here, so I don't want nobody else bringing trouble into my life. So when you date women with children, there's a potential of trouble because you're talking about a man and a woman and kids, right? For example, if you got kids, like I'm going to South America, I travel out.
And see, he's being PC. He don't want to hurt the women's feelings, but what is the benefit for a man of his quality and money and status to marry a woman with kids? And see, just like Eboni K Williams say, a man got to come correct because she got money. That man should have the same power to say a woman got to come correct as well. And you're right, Moonwalker 84. He's being too diplomatic and politically correct. You're correct. He's saying that to appease women, but he should say, no, you don't qualify, ma'am. No different than Eboni K Williams saying if a man don't make the kind of money that she make, he got to come correct. So why can't men say, ma'am, you got kids, you don't qualify? He should say equally the same thing. But men have been trained to be egalitarian because we live in a gynocratic culture and a gynocratic order. But in other cultures, if a woman got kids, men don't even look at her. This man would be a celebrity in other countries, but he doesn't know what his power is.
The country a good bit. I just booked a trip to South America. If I want to take you, okay, man, you can go. You got a passport. If we want to take your kid, that kid parent has to sign off to allow that kid to get a passport so we can travel. So let's say hypothetically the father says, no, you can't travel. You can't go out the country. Hell, now we can't even bring your kid out the country. So there's a lot to consider. One more thing, because I don't want to be long-winded. If me and you dating, you got kids, I'm a real man. So let's say I get attached to your kid. Me and you break up. I'm attached to a kid that's biologically not mine. I don't have any legal rights. So you leave, I'm heartbroken. The kid leave, I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken twice. So women have to consider that. That's why I said it's not a deal breaker, but it's just a case-by-case scenario. Let me know what's going on with you. Let me know what's going on with your kid. Let me know what's going on with the father. What's the dynamic? Truth be told, this may sound bad, but the better scenario is that the father just a deadbeat and just all the way not there. That way, you know, you date a chick with a kid, you can kind of step in and y'all go from there. But like if the father's involved, the halfway involved, sometimes it can get a bit complicated.
Okay.
Excuse me
I
for
love
being
that.
long-winded. I'm sorry for
I
being
mean,
long-winded.
let me tell you something. With your attributes, anyways, you have a lot of qualities that women describe that they desire. So I love women like you come on to really convey what you desire. So now everybody can see. Okay.
And can I say one last thing too, please? Please excuse me. There are a lot of men like me out there, right? Men, consciously or subconsciously, every single day are looking for wives, consciously and subconsciously. It's just, do you qualify?
But here's the problem. They're not fit for the office of being a wife. They're not fit for the office, guys, and that's the problem. They're not fit for the office of being married. That's the problem. They're not fit for the office. You got to qualify for the office. But I agree, Moonwalker, he doesn't know what his worth is because he should not be dealing with a woman that doesn't supersede his needs as a man. But he's being diplomatic because he don't want to hurt feelings. If I was up there, I said, no, she got kids, she can't be with me. If she's a certain age, I'm sorry, no, that's not what I want. Because if Eboni K Williams can say what she wants in a man should be able to say what he wants in a woman.
Men are looking for wives every single day. There are a million guys like me. Like, nothing about me is special. There are guys just like me. I'm telling you, I meet them, I know them. I got partners who are very successful, no kids, no wife, or none of that stuff. Men are consciously and subconsciously scanning the room every single day looking for a wife. They're out there. It's just that the woman has to be prepared to be with that type of guy. Because there are, I promise you, like as men, we talk. There are tons of men like me. Believe what I'm telling you.
What are some of the, I know we've been talking to you, but just share, what are some of the top qualities that these men are looking for wives, such as yourself, are looking for in a wife?
The main two things, I promise you. For one, your look, the way you present, right? For example, I'm coming on your show. Now granted, I look like this, right? You have to present well, right? How you present, because here's the thing. That's just like me. If I date you, my inner circle are black women. I'm going to have to take you around them, right? So if you look bad, let's just say you look ratchet, they're going to tell me, hey, what you doing? What's going on? What's this dynamic? You have to understand the way you present. When I see a woman, no offense, come on your show right now. Your show is international because when I came on your show, I had women hit me up from all over the world, every race. And I don't know if it doesn't necessarily reflect. You have white women that watch your show looking for black men. You have Asian women who watch your show looking for black men. You have Indian women. I got hit up from every race, almost every country, all over the world for sure. But it's the way you present yourself. You must present well.
This man is negotiating for subpar women. And this man is saying what he wants, but I still think his standards are too low because a man of his quality and caliber can get better in a foreign country. I still would say this man is dealing with subpar women and he can get better than what he's negotiating for. But the question remains, does he know what his power is? Does he know what his worth is as a man? Does he know his power? And does he know what his worth is as a man? And one will argue that he doesn't know his power and he doesn't know his worth. And some of you men that are listening, you don't know your power and you don't know what your worth is as a man. Because if you knew your power and your worth, you wouldn't settle for subpar women.
Women that come on your show say that they're looking for a man, but they got a head wrap on. You can't do that. Pretend you're going on a job interview. That's the way because the way you present yourself, you're saying that's what I feel like you deserve. So if you come on this show is international with a head wrap on, you feel like that's what men deserve, right? So when I come on your show looking like this, present myself, this is what I feel like women deserve. I feel like the woman who I'm gonna be with, this is what she deserves. She deserves nice, clean, upscale shit, right? That's how it is when women come on this show. You must present well. So, and again, excuse me for being long-winded. You must present well as a woman. Secondly, be in shape. Present well and be in shape. The kid thing is the third one, but it goes because, you know, some men have kids, some don't. But for sure.
Now, men will want this man to present well when it comes down to finances, but are they willing to present well? Are they willing to present well? Are they willing to present well? And we know what the answer is, guys. They're not willing to present well. They're not willing to present well. And think about the stresses and the problems that bring. Think about the stresses and the problems that bring, guys. Because she's not willing to present well, but she expects that man to present well.
For sure, present well. You have hypergamy going on nowadays. Hypergamy means that the
Shout out Fallon, the truth.
cafeteria wants to.
And see, guys, this is what I call carnal hypergamy or hoflation. You got subpar women that think they deserve the top tier men. Subpar thinks they deserve the top tier men, and that leads to carnal.
Doesn't work like that. That's hypergamy. Hyper nothing works, right? The cafeteria worker wants to date the brain surgeon.
Right.
That doesn't work. That's different.
And it's also hoflation. They think that they deserve the best of the best, but you don't qualify for that man unless that man see value in you as a woman, not just because.
Financial class and different social class. You must present well. If you want a guy, not necessarily me, you may not want me, but if you want a guy like me, you must present well and you must be in shape. That's physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You must be in shape across the board.
And look, and then from there, you start deciding, is it compatible? Do we have things in common? Does this work? But it starts with appearance, basically.
Like you present well every single day. A woman doesn't necessarily have to have a makeup team, but one thing I like about you, Kendra, you present well. You present well. You take pride in your appearance. When I look at you, I can tell that as a woman, you take pride in the way you look. You take pride in the way you present yourself.
Except for the bed rest shows, but y'all know I was on bed.
Yeah, that don't count. That don't count. I'm not saying that a woman has to have a full makeup. I'm not saying she has to have a full hairstyle, but she must present well. No different than when you're in the military or when you're going for a job. When you're in the military, you got to present well. You put on your uniform, your hair must be slicked back. Everything must be nice and clean.
But is that presentation natural? You present well, but is it a natural presentation? That's the problem. That's not a natural presentation, in my opinion. I'm not impressed by a woman that got a lot of weave and makeup. I'm not impressed by that because that's fake. A good presentation to me is a woman that's clean cut, feminine, and it's more natural that she's not. I like natural women, natural beauty, natural hair. That's attractive to me. But women that got on a bunch of makeup and weave, I'm not attracted to that because that's not what she really looks like.
Same way for a job interview. It's the same way with men. Again, the way women come on this show, that's what they feel like the man deserves. Like the girl before you, she presented well, right? And I'm just using her for example. She was in her feminine energy and she presented well. Those two things will get you in front of any guy. Again, nothing special about me. There's tons of me. You must present well. You must be in shape physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You must be in shape. Financially don't count. The only men who care about your money is men that want to spend your money. I don't want to spend your money, so you can be broke. That don't mean nothing to me because I know I'm a builder. I know I'm a leader. Whatever your situation is, I'm going to change that anyways. If you got a bad job, we're going to pull you off that and we're going to get you something better. You live in a terrible house, I don't care about that. Look where I live. You can come live with me, okay? That's what happens when you get like with men like me. Nothing special about me. I'm talking about the men who are like me. So,
well, I want to say this. First of all, thank you for the compliment. I work in a appearance industry. You know, media is an appearance industry, and if you don't know anything, I know that is it's just the secret requirement of the world I live in. But okay, we're almost done. I don't want to go off tangent.
And again, I'm sorry for being long with
no, you're good. I actually appreciate you giving. I mean, this is the cheat sheet. This is the cheat sheet of the woman that wants to date a guy that.
And once again, this young brother's being too kind. He's being too kind. This young brother's being too kind, man. He's being too kind. Because we know that Kendra don't necessarily, I mean, yeah, she's cute, but is that what she really look like? Does Kendra really look like that? Does she really look like that? And I think the answer is she doesn't really look like that. And that's a problem. Because women got to perform themselves or present themselves to be fit for the man that they want.
That is of yourself. And I mean, you have a nice place. Like, you know, you take pride in your place. So I think it was great information for a woman who needs to know what it takes to be around those type of men. And I'm happy a man said it instead of me having to say it. But let's keep going. When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was a while ago, as I told you. I was dating a girl. She literally moved to Asia, and
I missed that.
That was a deal. I wasn't willing to move to Asia. If it was maybe South America, maybe even Central America, we could have done something. But Asia, I'm not crazy about wanting to live over there. You know.
Okay. When was your last time you was intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
It's been a little while.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Now, New, what are 3 flaws you have to work on?
Oh, I can tell you. Arrogance. Okay? The thing about it, you know, if you want a confident man, the flip side to that sometimes can be arrogance. There are some people who are going to appreciate my confidence, but there's some people, not that I can see it, but some people probably drag me in the comments right now. If you can deal with an air of arrogance, you can.
I don't see that man as arrogant. He's just a man of confidence and he's well accomplished. A man should have a right to be confident in what he's done. I don't see him as being arrogant. He's confident. He put his work in. He deserved to hold his head up high. There's a thin line between arrogance and confident. But based on his presentation, I don't see it.
Deal with me, but that's one flaw for sure. Another flaw would be I'm not the most considerate person. Like sometimes I'm not the most considerate person at times, right? When I'm dealing with, I'm not the most considerate person sometimes. That's something that I'm working on. A third flaw, I have them, but I just don't want to name the same thing twice though. Arrogant. Sometimes I can be inconsiderate.
I'll let you get away with 2 because I felt like you.
I want to give a third one to be fair, but I just don't want to name similar traits. Yes, I'm working on all of this stuff for anybody who's wondering. Of course, I'm working on it all, but I try to name the third one.
Okay. I know I had to make sure that your house was your house because some cousins was hating, but I'm not sure we did the actual Kendra Cam moment.
Yeah, and I'll tell you my height too. I don't know how far back you want me to go.
And some people, listen.
So if you want to share, what is your actual?
Some people are intimidated by men like him. It's not that this brother is arrogant. Some are intimidated by men like this brother. Because some black women want a man that's less than, because that makes them feel comfortable. But they're intimidated by men like this, brother. Thank you, Sister Gail. Appreciate it, sweetie. Thank you.
I'm 5'9", 172 pounds. I thought I was 5'8". I went to the hospital recently. I'm 5'9", 172 pounds.
Okay. So would you want to date a woman that's shorter than you?
Yeah, that would be ideal. Now, you can be my height, nice that little model-esque look. I like that too. That looks good. I don't want a woman that's bigger than me, of course. I don't want a woman that's bigger than me. But if you my height, you got that little model-esque thing going on, that long torso, them long legs, I like that too. That's fly. Put on some hair. I got a suit. We can do this. We do this.
What's the age? Did you give me your age range?
Yeah, and I'll restate it. So I'm 37. I'm a middle-aged man. I'll go about 10 years my junior, 5 years my senior. Those aren't necessarily hard numbers, but just to give you a range. If you're 25 and your mind right, call me. If you're 43, you looking like Angela Bassett, you looking like Nicole Murphy, one of them, call me. So,
now you know them women are. Nicole Murphy's an expensive woman.
I'm speaking just like last time. I'm speaking of natural beauty, women who wake up attractive. If you're like that and you're a little older, that's cool. Call me. And as a matter of fact, that's my actual Instagram information too. To reach out to me on Instagram, official brother new. The word official.
Okay, we got one last question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Before I get to that question,
go ahead.
Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
So just like last time, women are judged by the man who keeps them. So if I keep you, I'm gonna make you look good. You're gonna be good, but I'm gonna make you look good. Once your parents see you with me, they're gonna feel like you got your shit together. They're gonna say, "Look at him. Look, she finally got a good one." So,
let me say this, because I do agree with all the things about presentation, and you probably be one of the scored out of all the times I've been doing the show for 3 years. You definitely will be in the top of the presentation.
I appreciate.
But does substance matter to you? Because I think that yes, you do have to be attractive, and that goes without being said. But what about character of the woman? Is that important to you?
So I'm not sure if you missed it earlier. I said traditional minded. Once a woman is traditional, everything else falls in place. Once a man is...
So y'all notice women always ask about the character of a woman when it benefits her. But let a man ask about the character of a man if he don't make six figures, if he's under 5'9". Women don't care about the character of a man because women by nature are selfish. They're insular. And if they can't control their emotions for the greater good of that relationship, they continue to have the same problems over and over again. So they'll always default say, how about the character? Character is part of my attraction, but that's not the most important thing about my attraction. Does character play a role? Yes. But she can have good character, but if she damn 5'9", 300 pounds, you sweet, but you can't be my woman. You too big, ma'am. Or she say she got character after she had a colorful past. Well, you didn't have character in the past, so you just don't qualify. And so, just like women got standards, men need to start having standards too. And they should be unapologetic about it. Men need to start having standards. And a man should say, I don't want women that don't meet my standards or meet my criteria. And don't feel bad about it. But of course, when a man say, I got standards, he's shamed. He's shamed into silence because the world don't want black men to have standards. The world doesn't want black men to have standards. And that should be a problem.
Traditional, everything falls in place. So with me, you get the protector, provider, the leader, everything else, right? So with the woman, the homemaker, the gatherer, the nurturer. Now, from time to time, we may switch roles, right? From time
I agree,
to time,
Moonwalker.
I'm a traditional guy. So again, everything that comes along with that, right? The chivalry, like I said, like if you my woman, I don't want you going to the gas station. It's too dangerous. Like I don't want you going places at night without me, because it's too dangerous, right? If you my woman, take care of me. I will take care of you financially and physically. You take care of me spiritually, because there's some things that I can't see. One thing about a woman, she can see harm before you can see it, right? So that's the stuff that I can't see. That's the stuff I need help with. Protect me spiritually. They got demons out here. Protect me right there.
And you are ready to settle down with one woman.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, of course. I mean,
all right, now we're at the moment. Give the woman who can rise to the occasion. How can she reach out to you?
You can work at Starbucks. If you that's good enough for me. Official Brother Newton. That's the actual name. Official, the word official, and the word brother, then new, and you. That's it. Hit me on Instagram. If your page is private, please send me a picture.
And that goes back to how men marry up and women marry down. Men marry up, men marry down. Women marry up, men marry down. Men marry up, women marry down. A man will marry a woman with less of financial situation. She's feminine, fit, kind, haven't been ran through, ain't got no kids. But once again, women always want to talk about character when a man say what he wants, because they don't want men to have the upper hand. They want to have the right to first refusal, and they want to have the right to tell a man what his worth is. And men, that should never work.
That's all I ask. Please send me a picture of your page.
Gotcha. Listen, I thought you were dope. Keep me posted how it goes.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Yes, there you go.
All right. So once again, guys, that's it. I got things to do. I got objectives to make. I don't know. These stream numbers have been a little low this week, but we're going to, it's all right. It is what it is. I got to keep moving, guys. But thank you guys for tuning in to the 28 that were watching. But it is what it is. Male-centered content, I think, is suppressed. And that's why it's so important to support male-centered content. But, guys, we're about to sign off. Thank you to the 28 that watched. And, guys, keep hope alive. Determine what your values are. Don't minimize your values. And if a woman can't meet your values or meet your standards, you got to let her go. Because just like Eboni K Williams can have standards and values, me and you should as well. So, guys, signing off. I'll see you guys soon. And once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Be well. Before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was. I was that Sigma male crying out in the wilderness for justice and equality. For those that are downtrodden and broken, those that are voiceless. I was the Kosher Clinician. Before I was the Kosher Clinician on the internet. My plight and my war cry for justice and humanity is nothing fake. But I've always been kosher. Now sit back and get this kosher fire. Hello everyone. Is there equality in America, fact or fantasy? First of all, I would like to salute all fellow human beings and most graciously those who are beacons of light for justice and righteousness. To vocally explain the tenets of equality, fact or fantasy, I must begin with the combination of two alphabets, I and F, which spells if. There's no respect of person, but gives protection to all them that fear him. So therefore I ask you this profound and non-scholastic question. If there was equality in America, will I be standing here today? You decide, fact or fantasy.
This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Connection. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is Kosher Connection.
where my friends go. It was simple. When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, then I strike. I go hard day and night, yeah. I go hard day and night. 1-1, no surprise. See the hate in their eyes. My brothers blood money bleed. I got the game in the squeeze. What would you do for some green? What would you do for some blues? Go pick and choose the fam of the cheese. Some people not built like that. Some people get killed like that. Pressure like water, lights, mortgage. I've been at bills like that. Now I got kids like that. No wonder why I feel like that. Some people go to war for nothing. Me, I go to war for something.
Before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was.
When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, then I strike. I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, ain't all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. What would you do for a win? What would you do for your friends? What if this life is a foe? What if it all was pretend? What if you wrote to the end? What if you started again?
Fire! The Kosher Clinician.
I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
To exclusively marry black men. We are in the middle of a crisis. Black men are in crisis. And anybody who denies that black men are in crisis is ignoring the data, the science, the research, the statistics. It is not a figment of your imagination that there are not enough eligible black men to marry.
It's been an honor serving with you all. Autobots, roll out. We rolling.
Nanobots, transform.
She lie on them brothers. Separate uncles and nephews and cousins and try to pin us against mothers. How you a woman but ain't got a man for protection, but you undercover? How do you think that we suffer? Thought we were sisters and brothers. Now you get birthed in the gutter. When they rap, they the same ones that cut you. Be the same ones who yelling they love you. Be the same ones who calling me nigga. After that wanna say I'm his brother. Yeah, she lie on them brothers. 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 So all going on in your man, you don't get it. And using your women as splitters, then hit us. Put you in place and our family ruined. Target your boys, you don't see what they doing. We gotta beat them, you wanna join them, we just leave them. Your feminist feminism, more like treason. Politics, you don't even follow leaders. First is master, probably cause of your Jesus.
God is white. Isn't it obvious?
Well, that is obvious, but we don't know if it's obvious that God is white. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Jesus did not have blonde hair and blue eyes. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the images of Jesus that are on prison walls and churches throughout the world are not historically correct, because history teaches us that Jesus was born in a region where the people had color. There's proof in the very Bible that you ask us to read in Revelations 1st chapter, verse 14 and 15, that Jesus had hair like wool and feet the color of brass.
Just what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm proving to you that Jesus was not, and I might quote one of our Indian brothers, he was not a pale face.
This would have been a dick, you been believe it. You reap the benefits from your achievements. Penitentiary, all we get is to eat it. But God on our side, baby, we gon' beat it. She lie on them brothers. She lie on them brothers.
I've been on you. I'm the biggest, baddest.
Separate uncles and nephews and cousins and try to pin us against mothers. How you a woman but ain't got a man for protection, but you undercover? How do you think that we suffer? Thought we were sisters and brothers. Now you get birthed in the gutter. When they rap, be the same ones that cut you. Be the same ones who yelling they love you. Be the same ones who calling me nigga. After that, wanna say I'm his brother. She loud the brothers. 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 She loud the brothers.
Break up all these black men with what? And they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me with fucking grabbed a rock and it hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. You don't see that shit? You don't see that shit? What y'all gonna do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face.
Roll out, transform it, 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 roll out.
Well, listen, I appreciate that, Quiet Storm. I'm honored that you said that, man, because doing these shows are not easy. It's not easy doing these shows, man. And I am a licensed therapist, and this is edutainment for me, using clinical concepts from an ethnocentric perspective. And so, man, I'm honored that you said that, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you, the Quiet Storm. You and I have talked in the back. And I got nothing but love and respect for you. You, Gregory Scotland, Salty Balls, and all the other brothers, man. You brothers like y'all make it worth of my time. And so I really appreciate that. He said that I told Kosher his streams have helped me with my mental health and PTSD in more ways than he could ever imagine. That's why I always start my super chat out with the phrase for tonight's therapy session. No doubt, man. I appreciate it, brother. And I'll use this, guys, for those that want to criticize me, because this is edutainment, but it's also art.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.